everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Nerders. I'm Rich.
And I'm Christian.
Again, if you missed the last couple of days, Nick's out of town. Christian, we've mentioned him before on the show, another member of Over Beer. He's co-hosting with me this week. Until Nick returns, he will be starting a new show with Over Beer shortly. We'll hopefully have some news on that soon. As soon as we do, we will definitely let you guys know and pour it out on the show like crazy. But
That'll be good.
we'll see. But today is our discussion, and today's discussion topic is going to be open world games.
Yes.
If you've been following video games this year, you know there have been quite a bit of open world games, and there are many more on the horizon. So, what are your initial thoughts when you see open world games?
Okay.
What are your initial thoughts?
I love open world games.
Okay.
The fact that you can literally choose your own adventure type of thing is it's a genius idea. You know, it's been around forever since Zork, where it was like you can take a left or right and then you go from there. So it's awesome. However, like I said before, I've gotten a PS4 recently, and I have 10 games. 9 of them are open world games. So there's a little bit of oversaturation going on right now. And my biggest mistake is starting every single one of them in the past 2 weeks.
Why you would do that?
I have no time whatsoever to do anything. So I mean it's a hole that's hard to get out of too.
Yeah. It's definitely gotten me more choosy with the games that I am willing to dedicate my time to. I mean, this year alone we had I put Bloodborne kind of in an open world.
Oh, for sure.
Game. Fallout, Witcher,
Dragon Age.
Dragon Age, Tomb Raider is kind of walks a line, which we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Maybe not this year, but just in general. Again, Watch Dogs, Shadow of Mordor. Those are both open world games, and
I know you picked up Dragon Age recently.
I did.
We've got Horizon coming out next year.
I'll be picking that up as well, and probably start playing it the day I get it.
Yeah, we've got a lot. Those are just kind of ones that offhand. Dying Light was another big one that came out this year.
That's true.
That a lot of people were big fans of. I know Arkham Knight took a big open world kind of turn this year too. Just Cause 3. We can keep going and naming things.
The point is, there's a lot of them.
Yeah. So for me, I've been trying to be a lot more choosy of kind of what I play. I put a lot of time in the Bloodborne. I put a lot of time in the Fallout. I do have Witcher. I want to get started on that. But you've come to me and it's oh, I got Dragon Age and it's good, and I'm I still have to get through. Xenoblade Chronicles is one that I bought. I haven't started yet because it's open world, and I'm not going to sink 100, 200 hours into that until I've at least finished Fallout 4 or Bloodborne or something. But I love it. I like them, and you get the bang for your buck.
Yeah.
You really do. And I don't like the argument of, making a conversion of time spent in a game versus dollars spent, because there are great games that are $20 that I've put 60 hours into, and there's games that I've spent $60 in that I've put 10 hours to, and vice versa. I don't want to make that conversion.
Okay.
I don't know if you might feel differently.
Actually, that's exactly how I rate my games.
Okay.
I don't do my rating of okay, it's $60. Do I think it's going to be 60 hours worth? I don't do that. What I do is okay, it looks good, I have the money, let's play it, and then I rate it afterwards, where it's okay, I'm done playing this game, I don't see myself playing it for a couple weeks, even a couple of months. That's when I rate the game.
Well, sure, I don't mean rate it in a sense like that. I just mean saying, well, this game should be I'm getting a better experience out of this game because it's 100 hours and I paid $60 for it, as opposed to if I buy Until Dawn and I put 10 hours into it. I don't. Whatever you think of the game, I don't want to make that. That's the comparison that I mean.
Okay, I get that.
Because same thing with the Uncharted games. Those are great games. They are very linear, and there was a point this year, until this year I hadn't played any of the Uncharted games, and I was I need something straightforward that I can sit down and play for 12 hours and get in and out and be done with. And those scratched that itch, and I was good to go. Same thing, like I can't wait to start Until Dawn because I know it's a very story-driven game. I'm going to be in there, I'm going to be out of there in a few hours, and if I want to go back and try to platinum it, and replay it, and do this and do that, I can.
Right.
And every time it could be a very different experience. I found myself playing like a lot of rhythm games recently because they're just so bite-sized, and I can sit down for 10 minutes and I can try to like. I've been chipping at like the platinum for a couple of them, and like I can sit down for 10 minutes and work on this. I can sit down for an hour and work on this, and I'm not like. It's not like Fallout where I'm going to sit down. And if I'm not there for 7 hours, I don't feel like I've gotten anything done.
Pretty much. Well, that's the thing. Like sometimes you just need a palate cleanser. You know, you just need something that's like the game will tell me what to do. All I have to do is press the buttons. Like sometimes you just need that experience because if not, I'm going through this right now where it's like I've battered you about this for what 2-3 years. When you have a backlog of games, and I say, why haven't you played them? And I'm trying to do exactly that. Like I'm trying to play everything, so that way I can't say it's like, oh well, I have 5-6 games I haven't played, even though I have them, and it sucks. Again, I love all those games. I've enjoyed every single one, but the fact that I've only spent like 2-3 hours per game, or like per open world game, I'm not getting the experience that like the developers want.
Sure.
So it's one of those things where it's like, all right, I have maybe one Saturday out of the entire month where I can actually put down 12 hours because I don't have school or I don't have work or anything going on. And that's not how it should be. It should be like, okay, I have half an hour to an hour, to spare right here. I can play this game and I can have get the same satisfaction, So, yeah.
But I wish more games would do kind of what Rise of the Tomb Raider has done this year.
Okay.
And it's, for everything I've seen and heard about that, again, this is, full disclosure, I have not started this game yet. This is based on kind of the general opinion and what I've read about the gameplay mechanics and how the world is set up. It's very much, if you want, you get to kind of a save point, a hub world, a checkpoint, whatever you want to call it, and you can explore that, and it's a totally open area. You can go and you can do whatever you want. You can find animals, you can do this and do that. Or you could just play it straight through and play the story.
Okay.
And so if you get to a point where you're like, I feel like exploring and spending this time, I can do all that. Or, you know what, I just want to sit down and I just want to play the story. I don't really care about the open world stuff. You can sit down, you can play it straight through. I mean, what you could technically do in an open world game, but the experience is a little bit different. This is set up more to have that openness to it and still give you that same linear experience. Kind of what I took away from The Last of Us when I played that.
Okay.
There's a lot to do and a lot to find in that game. It wasn't quite open world. Like you could very quickly see oh, these houses are blocked and this place is blocked. It was definitely more open than like Uncharted 2 or Uncharted, those kind of games and stuff. And you can see Naughty Dog kind of growing in that sense. Like Uncharted 4 looks like it has the potential to be a little bit more open in the space that you could take. There was that demo that they released of Nate and Sully going through the town on their Jeep, and they were like, you see all these different pathways? You can go through any of these different pathways and make it down there.
Right.
So a lot of even linear games are starting to get more open. And as long as you can still find that balance between open and like that narrative and linear experience, I'm okay with that. But we've got so much. There's just, and I don't want to sound like we get too many games and I don't want to sound like I'm complaining.
Right.
Because I mean, it's great that these experiences are out there.
Yeah.
I love these experiences. Like, we've talked about before, I'm not in love with Fallout the way you are, but kind of where it clicks with me really well is where you and I will come into work one day and we'll be like, oh, there was, did you get to this part? No, like we created our own stories.
Yeah, there's been many times where you and I have talked about, it's like, oh, if you go here, you get a special sword and stuff like that. It's like, oh, well, if you go here, there's a shotgun area. So
yeah, you're creating your own kind of stories and like tales and things like that. So like that part is cool, but at the same time, like, I need a break from these open world games. They look great. I want to play them. But I don't have 1,000 hours in the year to sit down and play all 10 of these things or however many. Still got to play Metal Gear. That's giant. I still got to. I mean,
when you see, even just now, where you just said, I have this game and I haven't played it. I haven't
bought it yet. I haven't bought it yet. No, I haven't bought it yet because I knew I wasn't going to jump into it right away.
See, well, like, again, like my assumption was you got it and you haven't played it yet, and already I was like, oh my god, really? Another
See,
game?
okay, you give me crap
I
about my
can't.
backlog.
I can't anymore.
You can't anymore because you've fallen down that rabbit hole.
No, I have. See, that's the problem. I've fallen into. I will not have a backlog because I hate the fact that there are unplayed games, and because of that, I'm not having as much fun as I should. Like again, they're all great games. It's just, it requires too much time. It requires way too much energy, and like the fact that like all these open world games, especially like The Witcher and Dragon Age, the more medieval, more
And
story
that's
games.
your like the medieval stuff. That's kind of like
Oh,
your
that's my jam. Like
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls, it like everywhere in here is Elder Scrolls and Lord of the Rings. I love story, so I pick up those games because I am like a completionist and I want to know everything there is to know about that world. I in my brain I have so much lore about The Witcher, about Dragon Age, about Elder Scrolls, about Fallout even though it's not sci-fi or it's not fantasy. It's still like very story rich.
Yeah.
And because of that, God only knows what kind of information I could have
Yeah.
it in there. So it's
You could not be
rough.
sitting on the couch doing a show like this.
Yeah. I would I could be a rocket scientist for
Yeah,
all I
you could be
know,
doing
but-
something a lot more.
So,
But
yeah.
so that's I don't like playing too many games at once.
Mhm.
Like what you're doing now, I can't do.
Mm.
So it's bad enough that I'm in the middle. That I started Bloodborne, I haven't finished Bloodborne. I started Mad Max, I haven't finished Mad Max,
Okay.
which is another big open world game. I started Fallout 4, I haven't finished Fallout 4. Like I'm just at that point where I'm like, I just want to play something short, but I don't want to start another game because I have all these other games I need to finish, but I can't bring myself to finish, and I don't want to just force myself because then I'm not going to enjoy it.
Right.
Because if I sit down and I go, well, I have to finish it, then it's just going to feel like more of a chore than it is going to be fun.
Mhm.
And that's like, well, I do want to play Witcher, at least start it before we do our end of the year lists.
Okay.
I want to experience some playtime with that. I want to get some playtime with Tomb Raider. I want to get some playtime with Until Dawn. Those are the kind of two that I want to hit
Mhm.
before the end of the year. Well, the end of the year when we do our lists. The time this video airs, it'll be after New Year's. So happy 2016. Right?
Welcome to the future.
Yeah, we're coming to you from the future. But I hate to jump in. Like I was gonna start The Witcher, and I'm like, I'm 60 hours into Fallout. I'm God knows how many hours into Bloodborne. I don't need to start another open world game.
No. Take it from someone who is on the other side. It's hard, man. It's hard to keep up. I don't want to sound like that snobby. It's like, oh, I have too many games.
Yeah,
I
like
can't-"
we're not.
It's nothing like that at all. But like the fact that like these are all again story-heavy games, you're gonna get characters confused. It's like, wait, I thought you were the bad guy. Oh no, that's from the other game. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because they're all like within the same like timeline or time period.
Well, that's kind of
It's-
the one
it's
thing I
rough.
have going for me right now is that Fallout 4 isn't really story heavy.
That's true.
Bloodborne, it's not in your face story heavy. It's very much kind of
Story in the
discovering. Yeah, there's a lore there that you kind of have to discover on your own, but it's not like I gotta keep all these characters straight and all these events. It's just like I gotta go kill this thing, and these things are out to kill me. Mad Max, again, isn't very story heavy, so it hasn't been a big deal for me to like bounce between those a little bit because it's not like if I were to now jump into like GTA 5, I'd be lost. Like who am I supposed to? Who am I going? Okay, I don't know, but I.
Actually, if I can jump in here,
No.
I had. Thanks. I had GTA 5 for the 360, and even though it is also an open world game, and it is like the single player mode is also like story rich, it's not like lore rich because again it's like modern day stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's a great palate cleanser because even though you know there are collectibles and you can go literally anywhere like in that world, you can just literally just vent through the game.
Well, that's what I did in the last Grand Theft Auto, and I'm afraid that if I go in there and make it my palate cleanser, I'm not gonna experience the story.
Okay.
Like I feel like I'm gonna get in there and be like, I just played 3 open world games. I want a palate cleanser. I'm just gonna screw around, and then I'm just never gonna come back and finish the story. So I want to come. That's a game I want to come to when I'm ready for it.
Okay.
Like for me, my palate cleanser is going to be Until Dawn. My palate cleanser is going to be, like I'm working on Hatsune Miku right now. It's a Vita rhythm game. That's a palate cleanser for me. These just in and out. Uncharted 3, finally seeing them play that. That's going to be a palate cleanser.
Okay.
Like I'm afraid that it's going to, if I use an open world game as a palate cleanser, I'm never going to actually experience the game the way I should be
Right.
playing it.
Okay.
Or the way I want to be playing it.
Okay.
And fully like immersing myself in it. But yeah,
Fair enough.
we got a lot of open world games. We got Cyberpunk coming out too.
Which was that one?
That's the new one from CD Projekt Red.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
We got that coming in a couple. That might be coming out sooner than we thought because there was some rumor that it was going to come out in like 2017.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I don't know how they're going to get that game out that quickly, that much of a turnaround from The Witcher.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Actually, also, No Man's Sky. You really want to talk about open world? If it comes
Yeah.
out. If it comes out June 2016, like
I believe
said.
it at this point. I don't think they have dragged that out for so long.
That's true.
I don't think Sony wants another Last Guardian on their hands. I don't think they would put a release month on that without having that being like, we're hitting this.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. That same thing happened, not to go on a weird train of thought here, but same thing happened with Bioshock Infinite, where it was like in development hell for what, 2.5 years? Like they delayed it over and over, and it came out with a great product. So I think that's how it's going to be with No Man's Sky. But back to the point. You want to talk about open world? How about open galaxy?
We'll see. We'll see how well it delivers.
Oh man,
That's they've put up a lot of promises. People really hyped this game up.
Hopefully it's
I'll believe it when I see it.
It's literally one of those games where it's like as soon as I saw it E3 2 years ago, I think when they first announced
they
it.
announced it at like the Game Awards or something, wasn't it?
Had they?
I think so.
Like I remember, it's been quite a while.
Yeah,
been
they've
at
been-
least a year and a half.
Easy.
They said like, oh, you can do this, you can go to different worlds, you can, basically explore the entire galaxy, and the main story is 100 hours because it's not time invested, but just for spanning from distances.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
See, I'm not as sold on this as you are. I want to see the moment-to-moment gameplay and what we're going to be doing
Okay.
throughout the game. I've seen you can go anywhere. You can name planets. You can discover this. You can have space battles. You can. Okay, what am I going to be doing? Is that all? Am I just going to? Okay, I'm going to go explore. Like, what's my moment-to-moment? What's my mission? What's my objective? What's going to be happening constantly through the game?
So instead of seeing like developer gameplay where it can't be really trusted for all you know it's rendered, you want to see like actual like a regular reviewer gameplay or something.
I want to know what I'm going to be doing in the game, other
Okay.
than just the general discover planets.
Okay.
Cool.
Like some sort of goal.
Yeah, what are my goals? What are my objectives? What's happening in this game? What am I driving at? Am I just thrown into this in like a Minecraft? Is it going to be like a Minecraft where it's just sort of like
Certainly hope not.
drop, you're on your own, figure it out, make your own stories, do what you want? Or am I actually going to have an objective and be constantly going towards a goal throughout the game?
Okay.
That's kind of where I'm sitting on that right now.
All right.
Anything else to add before we wrap this up?
That's it. Don't play too many open world games, kids.
I mean, unless you have like no life and that's all you play, then go for it. More power to you. But yeah, what are your thoughts on open world games? What are your favorite open world games this year? Are there too many? Do you want to see kind of stuff more in the middle, like a Tomb Raider or what Uncharted 4 is potentially looking like? Are you just sick of them? Are we just whining over here? A little first world problems with there are too many open world games thing. Again,
Please let us know.
We're well aware that this is a dumb complaint to have. But it was just, you've been playing a lot of them, so we thought we would have this discussion for today.
Yeah.
But let us know your thoughts. You can find me on Twitter @RichBelson. Christian does not have a Twitter yet.
Right here. It'll show up here. I don't have one.
Christian does not have a Twitter yet, but you can reach the channel at oabeer_official, and you can email us at overabeerofficial@gmail.com. You can also find us at Facebook at facebook.com/overabeer. I'd love to give you a custom YouTube URL, but I can't. We need 100 subscribers to do that right now. We need 75 more. So, if you like these videos, please subscribe to our channel and share them with your friends. Any feedback, concerns, problems, angry things you want to send to us, go for it. We'd love to hear from you. But until next time, we'll see you guys later.